David Ornstein has said Arsenal are not trying to sign Eze. Could there be a late Ademola Lookman deal for Arsenal? And the struggle to sell players continues. Now, it's not really what we want to hear, Arsenal fans. We're getting close, very close to September the 1st, which I believe is the transfer window deadline. We've done some decent business. I don't know if we have enough. I don't know if we need one attacker or one player, two players, or none. Either way, we know what we need to achieve come May of 2026. Let me know your thoughts, people. Do you think we need a left winger or a versatile attacker? Do you think we need one or two? Do you think we'll get any more in? How do you feel the sales is going? Get the creative juices flowing. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button and don't forget to hit the like button, people. What has happened this week? Not a great deal. Arsenal are hoping to sell several players before the end of the transfer window, but have made limited progress thus far. Now, to be honest, you could put those first two sentences either now, in May, in June, or July. You could have put it at any period in this current transfer climate, and that would ring true. We have struggled to sell at this moment in time. Lokonga, Fabio Vieira, Kivior, Trossard, Martinelli, anyone who's been linked with a move away, Reece Nelson. Nobody's departed at this moment in time. Potential buyers will be hoping Arsenal will blink first and reduce their demands, and the game of brinksmanship continues. Again, we're going to skip over the Gyökeres stuff, people. We know Gyökeres didn't score in his debut. We know there's a lot tactically that we need to do to get the best out of him, and all of our players, especially where it comes to those fast breaks we was attempting, seems like we're having teething problems. But let's stick to what we know, people. If Arsenal are to make another signing, it is likely to be on the left wing. Any arrival on the flank would almost certainly be connected to an outgoing. Arsenal currently have a number of options on the left side, with new signing Noni Madueke vying with Martinelli and Trossard for the position. Do you have quantity there? Because only one person in theory can play there. Obviously, people can get subbed and whatnot, but one person can play there. You know, you've got the three names there and maybe a fit Jesus. Those are four. So we've got the quantity. Do we have the quality? We've got two pieces, in my opinion, to a three people attack puzzle. We've got Gyökeres, you've got Bakayo. You need another left winger, but regardless of if one comes in, if Havertz or Gyökeres plays, if Saka's there or not, there's a lot for Mikel Arteta to do. Couldn't tell you what, he's the one with the pro license and a 15 mil contract a year to get the best out of our team in an attacking sense. You know, clearly there's a defensive ethos on our team. And what I mean by that is if we have the same talking points, but look in our defense, it's not as simple as you just put the best defenders in the world in the team and they're going to be amazing. They're either going to drop off or uplift. So that's kind of the same logic I would like to apply in an attack, because I don't believe we could have all of these stars and we're just necessarily amazing. Which players could be leaving? The matchday squad for Manchester United's game gave some indications of who may leave before the deadline. The likes of Kivior, Zinchenko, Fabio Vieira, Reece Nelson, Kyle Hein, Albert Sambi Lokonga were not even named as substitutes. Trossard, who Arsenal would be open to selling at the right price, was named on the bench but did not come on. Arsenal have been in talks with Porto over Kivior, Stuttgart over Vieira, and Fulham over Nelson, but thus far, no offer has satisfied their demands. The interested clubs will hope Arsenal lower their expectations in the remainder of the window. Arsenal will be loath to make too many concessions, but equally recognise the squad must be trimmed before the end of the month. On Vieira, talks are centred on a loan with an obligation if certain performance-led targets are met. A figure in the region of 17 million has been discussed. Levante would like to take goalkeeper Kyle Hein on loan, but Arsenal are hoping that a permanent buyer comes forward. They value the Estonian international goalkeeper between 3 to 5 million, and that kind of fee would be difficult for Levante to meet on their budget, people. I do want to try and find the Spurs thing in relation to Mr. Eze. I don't know why I decided to scroll up, forgetting the alphabet. Big up Liverpool. That's nothing to do with us. City, nothing to do with us. United, 3 points to do with us. If United was sick and Arsenal was shit, why did we take 3 points? I'm just throwing that out there for my Manchester United supporting friends who follow my platform. Simple as that. So much stuff on Man United. Newcastle have had a tough time this transfer window. There goes Spurs. I'm hating because Romero signed a new deal, Spence signed a new deal, signed Kudus, and they're probably about to sign Eze. On the topic of Eze, Arsenal. Spurs are hoping to agree a deal with Crystal Palace for Eze. The 27-year-old would bring the kind of guile and flair Tottenham lack without Maddison in the middle, and would help give their attack the kind of aura it often lacked last season. Spurs also still have an interest in Manchester City Silvinho, as reported by The Athletic. I mean, it doesn't look like it's happening with Silvinho. Is that something we could get into? Because, you look at, if we scroll the way up, where was it? what I would say is I think this is a bit disingenuous because obviously this is the summer period. But if you factored in City in January, they'd be above us. Man United, Cunha and Embuemo look the business and they've made signings. We've spent the fourth most now actually, which has changed in the last week. We United don't have a net spend, but we do. So forget United. Do we feel that we've spent the third or fourth most in the Premier League? Do we feel the same way Liverpool might feel about their signings and the signings they're going to do? Potentially Chelsea, potentially United, and then obviously factoring us. Now, obviously, everybody's situation is different. United need more open heart surgery. Chelsea have been spending money. Liverpool, even though the fact they've won the league, they probably needed to do this last summer, and obviously everything worked out. Their fans probably can't believe what they did, rightly so. And let me know how you feel about our transfer business, people. Moving away from that, naturally, the next name that's going to be linked with Arsenal is going to be Ademola Lookman. Fabrizio Romano has predicted that Ademola Lookman to Arsenal could be a transfer to watch out for in the last few days of the window. Apparently, his move to Inter Milan has broken down. The Italian transfer journalist says that the Premier League is now the most likely destination for the Nigerian, who is still on strike after seeing Atalanta refuse to sell him to Inter. Romano believes Arsenal could be a team to watch in this final fortnight of the window. He believes that if Arsenal sell Trossard, then Lookman could potentially join Arsenal. So it's still the selling to buy thing, people, essentially. Ideally, Arteta would like an offensive player who can drift out to the left, such as Rodrigo of Real Madrid or Eze of Crystal Palace. We're not getting either of those. Football London reported earlier this month there are some key figures at Arsenal who are pushing the club to sign Lookman. Lookman is in the middle of a public war with Atalanta after they rejected a 42 million euros plus 3 million euros in add-ons from Inter. Now he's 27. That's irrelevant to me, but we know our club talks about resale value, so the deal has to make sense. We all know he's deleted stuff on social media. Atalanta are still expected to sell Lookman this summer, but only for a price totaling 50 million euros, with the club preferring to sell the player abroad. Arsenal have been long-term admirers of Lookman and made an approach in the summer of 2024. So we'll have to see. But 27 goal contributions for the season before, the one that happened, taking that brilliant form into 2024-25. So yeah, man, we could deal with that if I'm completely honest with you. We was linked with Jeremy Jacquet, people. Crystal Palace are looking at him, apparently, smash the like button, as a potential replacement for Gurhi. So we'll have to see exactly what's going on in there. Apparently, Rennes would reportedly command a 35 million transfer fee for Jacquet. With our priorities probably being in the attacking half, us needing to sell players, am I wrong for suggesting that this is probably a summer of 2026? And to be fair with you, respectfully to Crystal Palace, we've shown a proven track record with developing players. We're obviously playing in the Champions League. We're obviously a bigger club in the law, and especially he's French. But Crystal Palace provides him with a scope to play on a regular basis. You've got to remember, he's made 11, 12 appearances for Rennes off the back of last season. He was on loan for at least a year. He did play against Marseille recently in France. Minutes are currency. Experience can be overrated, but can never be overstated. And at 20 years of age, how much first team football are you going to get with the options we have now? Obviously, Kivior leaves, that opens up a gap, but Kivior is leaving because he doesn't believe he's getting the football that he would like. So we'll have to see, man. But I do want to ask you lot, people, do you lot actually think we'll make signings? Have you given up? And if you have given up, do you think we have enough to win the Prem, the League Cup, the FA Cup, or the Champions League? Or are you just, it is what it is mode?
Like